greatest gift in all this world is love. Into each heart its magic spell must weave. That blessing came from one high up above, who never did intend it to deceive. Of all the love, the dearest I am sure is the mother love so tender, sweet, and pure. A mother's love is purest of love. It comes from a heart that is true. Though you may roam away from home, she'll always welcome you. No matter what your life may be, you'll find as the years roll by, it will stand every test. Mother's love is the best. It's a love that will never die. A mother's love is purest of love. It comes from a heart that is true. Though you may roam away from home, she'll always welcome you. No matter what your life may be, you'll find as the years roll by, it will stand every test. Mother's love is the best. It's a love that will never die.
On the banks of the Mersey, over on Cheshire side, lies Runcorn that's best known to fame. By transporter bridges tax folks over the stream, or else brings them back across same. In days afore transporter bridge were put up, a ferry boat lay in the slip, and old Ted the boatman would row folks across at per tuppence per person per trip. One evening, to Ted's superlative surprise, 3 customers came into view. A Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom it were, and Albert, their little son, too. How much for the 3, Mr. Ramsbottom asked, as his hand to his pocket did dip. Ted said same for 3 as it would be for 1, per tuppence per person per trip. You're not charging tuppence for that, little lad, said Mother, her eyes flashing wild. Per tuppence per person per trip, answered Ted. Per woman, per man, or per child. 5 pence for 3, that's the most that I'll pay, said Father. Don't waste time in talk. Per tuppence per person per trip, answered Ted. And them as can't pay has to walk. We can walk and all, said Father. Come, Mother, it's none so deep. Weather's quite mild. So into the water the 3 of them stepped. The father, the mother, the child. The further they paddled, the deeper it got. But they wouldn't give in once begun. In the spirit that's made Lancashire what she is, they'd sooner be drowned than done. Very soon the old people were up to their necks, and the little lad clean out of sight. Said Father, where's Albert? And Mother replied, I've got hold of his hand, he's all right. Well, just at that moment, Pa got an idea, and floundering back to old Ted, he said, we've walked that way. Come, take us the rest for half price, that's a penny a head. But Ted wasn't standing for none of that there, and making an obstinate lip, "Per tuppence per person per trip," Ted replied. "Per trip or per part of per trip?" "All right then," said father, "let me tack the boat, and I'll pick up the others halfway. I'll row them across, and I'll bring the boat back, and threepence in bargain I'll pay." He got mother out. It were rather a job. With the water she weighed 1/2 ton. Then pushing the oar down the side of the boat, started fishing around for his son. When poor little Albert came up to the top, his collar was soggy and limp, and with holding his breath at the bottom so long, his face were as red as a shrimp. Pa took them across, and he brought the boat back, and he said to old Ted on the slip, "Wilt row me across by myself?" Ted said, "Aye, at per tuppence per person per trip." When they got to the side, father laughed fit to bust. He'd got best at bargain, you see. He'd worked it all out, and he got his own way, and he'd paid nobbut 5 pence for 3.
temps d'une d'un galant tirabras, d'un tendre commissaire, une croyait sévère, et qui ne l'aimait pas. Il aimait une belle, il a voulu m'aimer, mais lui ne voulait pas. Alcuni faut apprendre les noms du célèbre, très très comme son nom peut s'atterrir, je m'avais pour le dire. Non, je ne le dirai pas. Il était réverbère, bâti par leur lumière, et qui n'éclaire pas. On le dit peu d'abord, et vers que son journée, il veut partir pas. L'escalier était sombre, et sur son nid de l'ombre, il sauvait pas d'après. Non vous atterrir, je m'avais vous le dire. Non, je ne le dirai pas.
Darling, you and me will be always sweethearts. Sweethearts will always be. I will always love you as the years roll by. We'll be always sweethearts, darling, you and I. We'll go on together, dear, we'll never part. We'll be in love forever. You'll always share my heart. We'll grow together, darling, you and I. We'll be always sweethearts till the day I die.
that kiss? Did I hold you, my darling, for just one beat of your heart? A moment of bliss when I said you that kiss in the night, in the night.
my days and nights that once were filled with heaven. With you away, how empty they have grown. It's a blue world from now on. It's a true world for me. The sea, the sky, my heart and I, we're all an indigo hue. Without you, it's a blue, blue world.
story of Ivan Skavinsky and Abdullah Bulbul Amir. The sons of the prophet are hardy and bold and quite unaccustomed to fear. But the bravest by far in the ranks of the Shah was Abdullah Bulbul Amir. But the heroes were plenty and well known to fame in the troops that were led by the Tsar. And the bravest of all was a man by the name of Ivan Skavinsky Skivar. One day this bold Russian had shouldered his gun and donned his most truculent sneer. He went into town where he happened to run into Abdullah Bulbul Amir. Young man, then quoth Abdul, has life grown so dull that you wish to end your career? Vile infidel, know that you've trod on the toe of Abdullah Bulbul Amir. So take your last look at the sunshine and brooks and send your regrets to the Tsar. For by this I imply you are going to die, Mr. Ivan Skavinsky Skivar. They fought all that night neath the yellow moonlight. The din it was heard from afar, and huge multitudes came, so great was the fame of Ivan Skavinsky Skivar. Just as Abdul's long knife was to end Ivan's life, in fact he was shouting, "Huzzah! Huzzah!" He felt himself struck by that wily Kalmuck, bold Ivan Skavinsky Skivar. There's a grave where the wave of the blue Danube flows, and on it engraven so clear is stranger remember to pray for the soul of Abdullah Bulbul Amir. A Muscovite maiden her lone vigil keeps neath the light of the pale polar star, but the name that she murmurs most oft as she weeps is Ivan Skavinsky Skivar.
I love Kitty, she's so pretty and so witty, makes my heart go ooh ha ha. All the fellas, they are jealous, so they tell us, don't get married ooh ha ha. They say that we're not mated, they say that we're not fated, they say we should have waited, they tell us it's no good, so in reply we're heading right straight into a wedding, and now the news is spreading all around the neighborhood. So happy, life is snappy, when a chappie loves a lassie, ooh ha ha. She's so pretty and so witty, to my kitty I'll be married, ooh ha ha. They say that we're not mated, they say that we're not fated, they say we should have waited, they tell us it's no good, so in reply we're heading right straight into a wedding, and now the news is spreading all around the neighborhood.
tomorrow, though we've been drifting apart. The old love will always remain, though the fault was mine, to forgive is divine. So let's start all over again. Let's start all over again. Let us be sweethearts once more. Banish the past with its sorrow. Live for a brighter tomorrow. Though we've been drifting apart, the old love will always remain. Though the fault was mine, to forgive is divine. So let's start all over again. Even found right an Arab maid across the desert sand. Tears fill her eyes, but her full captive pride have no fear of sword or spear. Is written in the stars above the time that fate has made you mine. In my caravan, your Arab man will wash your years. Neath desert stars above, I whisper softly to you, my love. And when the dawn breaks in the sky, just you and I, start life anew. Love's magic sway, we'll both obey. Then side by side, my Arab bride, far out yonder, we will wander. In my caravan, we go. Daylight is dying beneath the palms of caravan must rest. His captive maid is no longer afraid in her heart. Her love confessed, and as he pulls her gently to his side, he cries, my Arab bride. Magic way, we'll both obey. Then side by side, my Arab bride, far out yonder, we will wander in my caravan. not Marie, it's Gloria. It's not Sherry, it's Gloria. She's in your every dream. You try to play the game of kiss, then run away. But now you find it's not that way. Somehow you've changed, it seems. Was it Madeline, your first love? It was just hello, goodbye. Wasn't Caroline your last love? What a shame you made her cry. What a fool you are. You gave your heart to Gloria. You're not so smart, 'cause Gloria is not in love with you. Gave your heart to Gloria. You're not so smart, 'cause Gloria is not in love with you.
There was an old man that lived in a wood, as you can plainly see, who said he could do more work in a day than his wife could do in 3. If that be so, the old woman said, why this you must allow, that you shall do my work for a day while I go drive the plow. But you must milk the tiny cow for fear she should go dry, and you must feed the little pigs that are within the sty, and you must watch the bracket hen lest she should lay astray, and you must wind the reel of yarn that I spun yesterday. The old woman took the staff in her hand and went to drive the plow. The old man took the pail in his hand and went to milk the cow. But Tiny hinched and Tiny flinched and Tiny cocked her nose, and Tiny hit the old man such a kick that the blood ran down to his nose. 'Twas hey my good cow and oh my good cow, and now my good cow stand still. If ever I milk this cow again, 'twill be against my will. And when he'd milked the tiny cow for fear she should go dry, why then he fed the little pigs that were within the sty. And then he watched the bracket hen lest she should lay astray, but he forgot the reel of yarn his wife spun yesterday. He swore by all the leaves on the tree and all the stars in heaven that his wife could do more work in a day than he could do in 7. Oh, Cape Cod girls, they have no combs, heave away, heave away. They comb their hair with codfish bones, heave away, heave away, heave away. Oh, bully, bully boys, heave away, heave away, heave away. And don't you make a noise, for we're bound for Australia. Oh, Cape Cod boys, they have no sleds, heave away, heave away. They slide downhill on codfish heads, heave away, heave away, heave away. You make the noise, for we're bound for Australia. Oh, Cape Cod cats, they have no tail. Heave away, heave away. They blew away in heavy gale. Heave away, heave away, heave away. You bully, bully boys, heave away, heave away, heave away. And don't you make the noise, for we're bound for Australia.
She's my Easter lily, she's my April dream come true. She's a lily that's blooming just for me. In her Easter bonnet, made to match her eyes of blue, just imagine how pretty she will be. While the Easter bells are ringing and our happy hearts are singing, we'll be married in the chapel on the hill. On that Sunday morning, how the sun is gonna shine on that sweet Easter lily of mine.
She's my Easter lily, she's my April dream come true. She's a lily that's blooming just for me. In her Easter bonnet, made to match her eyes of blue, just imagine how pretty she will be.
Come true. She's a lily that's blooming just for me. In her Easter bonnet, made to match her eyes of blue, just imagine how pretty she will be. While the Easter bells are ringing and our happy hearts are singing, we'll be married in the chapel on the hill. On that Sunday morning, how the sun is gonna shine on that sweet Easter lily, that sweet Easter lily, that sweet Easter lily of mine.
It grows like a rose. I found a rose nestled in someone's hand. Sweet was the rose, and never a maid was so fair. In her eyes there was moonlight, and a rose in her hair. In my arms there was no one, so I just put her there. On her lips was a promise, in my heart was a prayer. When I finally went, I went home with a scent of the rose in her hair. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.